Okay, so I'm here to deconstruct another narrative just to put fanboys and Terrance Crawford detractors cock in the dirt like I always do. Um, all right, so let's look at some of the. Hang on one second. Let's look at some legitimate superstars pay-per-view buys, for example. Okay. Now, Roy Jones in his prime was a legitimate superstar. Okay. Look at how many buys his fight versus James Toney did. Now, those are two all-time greats in their prime fighting. Okay? Did 300,000 buys. That's not very much. Look at how much it Look at how much his fights against Antonio Tarver did. In the 300,000 buys. Look at how much his fight with Calzaghe did. 225,000 buys, people. So I don't want to hear about... And Roy Jones was a legitimate superstar, not a guy that's been on pay-per-view a couple times. See, when you... Look at the second Bernard Hopkins fight. And those are two... Well, I don't consider Bernard Hopkins an all-time great. But some people do. Those are allegedly two all-time greats right there. 150,000 pay-per-view buys, people. And those are legit superstars. So I don't want to hear about, Terrance Crawford can't get the Spence fight because his pay-per-view numbers are... Fuck out of here. Now let's take a look at another superstar. De La Hoya. You need a dance partner to be cracking pay-per-view numbers like that. Look at his first pay-per-view, 330,000. Look at his next pay-per-view, 222,000. Look at his third pay-per-view, 340,000. He gets a dance partner in Pernell Whitaker. Gets some numbers that gets 720,000. Even against... Well, another guy I don't consider an all-time great, but a lot of people do. Even against Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. He only got 500,000 buys, people. Against Mosley, he didn't even do 600,000. See, but after he was on pay-per-view for so long, then the numbers started going up. You see, he had a dance partner with Felix Trinidad. Two undefeated welterweight champions in their prime. Okay? Jesus. Let's go to another guy. Manny, the great man, one of my all-time favorites, Manny Pacquiao. Look at this. His first pay-per-view against Eric Morales, a certified all-time great. Only did 350,000 pay-per-view buys, people. And those are two legit all-time greats. Look at same numbers in the second Pacquiao-Morales fight. Look at Pacquiao's numbers against Oscar Larios. Same numbers in the Morales trilogy fight. Look at Pacquiao's numbers versus Jorge Solis. Another legitimate, all-time great. Marco Antonio Barrera's only cracking 350 pay-per-view buys. 350,000 pay-per-view buys. Even the second Marquez fight only did 400,000. Pacquiao versus Juan Diaz from Chicago. Shout out to my hermano. Only did 206,000 pay-per-view buys. Look what happened when he got a dance partner that was another superstar, though. Pacquiao and De La Hoya. Boom! The ratings go way up. And then we're off to the races from there. So now let's take a look at some more recent guys' pay-per-views. Okay? Tank Davis versus Santa Cruz. 225,000 pay-per-views. Tank Davis versus Barrios, 215,000 pay-per-views. And you can bet your bottom dollar that Tank Davis versus Paul Moraney Isaac Pomeranian Cruz will do less numbers than the two of them. Okay? Let's take a look at Errol Spence's now. 360, 350, 250, right? So it's not like Errol Spence is putting up millions of pay-per-view buys where Crawford's not putting up shit, okay? He's basically doing half of what Errol Spence is doing, bro. But once again, you need a fucking dance partner to push your numbers into the stratosphere like that. It's not like Errol Spence is cracking 500,000 every time he's on pay-per-view. Not to mention he hasn't fought in a year. And before that, he didn't fight for a year and a half. So get the fuck out of here with this. Oh, Bud Crawford can't get the fight because his pay-per-view numbers aren't high enough. Look we just went through 3 legitimate, all-time great fighters. Okay? Roy, Oscar, and Pacquiao. In the beginning, their pay-per-view numbers weren't that high. Pacquiao was only hitting 300,000 when he was fighting a great fighter in Eric Morales or Marco Antonio Barrera. Roy versus James Toney. 300,000 people. Roy Jones versus Tarver. 300,000. Roy versus Calzaghe. 200. Oh my God. People are fucking delusional, man. So I don't want to hear any more about this shit. Oh, but Pacquiao, Crawford can't get the fight because his pay-per-view numbers aren't high enough. You niggas sound like Floyd Mayweather over there. You dudes sound like Floyd Mayweather over there, bro. Well, his money ain't high enough, so we can't do that. Fuck out of here, bro. Y'all do sound like Floyd's bitch ass squeezing a quarter until the eagle screams, bro. Stop it. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out. Want to hear that shit? Like I say, Spence hasn't even cracked a 400. The most he did was 350 people or 360. Like, dude, y'all need to step your game up, bro, and quit coming up with these dumbass excuses. And the reason I made this video is because 3 people came at me with that excuse this morning, bro. You need again, man. Look what happens to Oscar. Soon as he gets the dance partner in Pernell Whitaker, his buys shoot up. And then they slide back down again. He's still doing 500,000 after that. But then they shoot back up again when he fights another undefeated welterweight champion in his prime with Felix Trinidad. See, but you dudes weren't watching boxing back then, so I gotta come G-check your stupid asses every time you try to push some fucking narrative like this. Learn your boxing, people. Because you already know who the godfather is around this motherfucker. You understand me? I don't give a shit who's doing more pay-per-view buys, because ain't neither one of them cracking no $500,000. Ain't Spence, ain't Tank, ain't Crawford, ain't none of them even cracking 400,000 pay-per-view buys yet, bro. So that's no excuse for the fight not to happen. Period. Now one of them has even cracked 400,000 yet, bro. Let alone, like... So, if you wanted the truth, all of their pay-per-view numbers ain't shit. So that's no fucking excuse for Spence not to take the Crawford fight. And the reason I made this video is because I literally woke up, had my coffee, and I had 3 people tell me that shit this morning. Get out of here with that shit. Johnny just G-checked your stupid asses again, man. Hit the like and please subscribe to the channel, people. God bless you all. Hit the bell notification. Hope everybody had a lovely Thanksgiving. And we'll see y'all tomorrow for the Teofimo Kambosos fight. God bless everybody. Salute.